Good afternoon, graduands and guests. Many of you are nearby in our community, and many others are watching and joining us from all around the world. Wherever you are watching from today, I would like to welcome you to Vancouver Community College's Spring 2021 Convocation, our second convocation to be held virtually. My name is David Wells, and I am the Vice President, Academic and Applied Research here at VCC. I am Cree Métis from the Treaty 6. It is my privilege to serve as Master of Ceremonies on this special day. I would like to begin by acknowledging, as a visitor it's very important to me, by acknowledging that we are holding this ceremony on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, on whose lands we are privileged to live, work, learn, and play. And as is our tradition, I am pleased to present VCC's Indigenous Elder, Deanna George of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, to offer a welcome to the traditional territory.
Good day. My ancestral name is Synthalia, and I'm from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. I'd like to welcome you all to the Coast Salish territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh nations. Welcome. Please stand for prayer. Ochesium, Creator, grandfathers, grandmothers, we thank you for this day. We pray to you to bless all the students for all the hard work they've accomplished in attaining success in their studies. This journey has been so different for all of us. You had to go online for your studies, and we have to gather by video to celebrate your graduation. I hold my hands up to you all for having a strong commitment to success. We ask the Creator to bless and guide you on your next part of your journey in your new careers, to bless your family, to bless your friends, and to bless your loved ones who have helped and guided you throughout the year. Hi, Sepka.
I would also like to acknowledge the following nations and communities which are represented by graduating students today: the Tsilhqot'in National Government, the Squillax First Nation, Saking First Nation, Nechanoth First Nation, and the Métis. A little earlier, I referenced my privilege as a visitor in being able to live, work, and learn on these lands. The past few weeks have reinforced the significance of this privilege as we continue to understand the magnitude of all that has been taken from Indigenous communities as a result of the residential school system, and all that has been lost because of that abduction. Before you celebrate your accomplishments today, and you absolutely deserve to celebrate those accomplishments, I would ask you to reflect. Many of us are parents, many of us are siblings, all of us were children once. The 215 children taken from their families, from their communities, represents an absolute failure of society. More than that, the treatment of these children and their families as less than human in life and in death represents nothing less than genocide. Genocide is not one specific example. Genocide does not have a continuum. In all examples, the intentions are clear and the consequences incontrovertible. Lives were lost and communities destroyed. To quote Raphael Lemkin, as cited by Tamara Starblanket in Suffer the Little Children, genocide is directed against the national group as an entity, and the actions involved are directed against individuals, not in their individual capacity, but as members of the national group. These 215 children represent the tip of the iceberg, an iceberg that residential school survivors and the family members who have experienced and lived with the consequences of that trauma have long known exists. We pray that what comes to light and what continues to come to light in the coming weeks, months, and years forces us to confront the national crimes committed against the people Indigenous to Turtle Island and the consequences of those crimes that continue to limit our ability to heal and our ability as a society to move forward in a good way. This is a time to reflect on this, but also to hold out the opportunity for a different relationship, a better relationship. You, the 410 graduates who have joined us today for this convocation, represent that opportunity. You represent promise for what might be. With that promise comes a tremendous responsibility, but one that I believe this great place of higher learning and the faculty, staff, and students such as yourselves who make up this community are more than prepared to bear. It must be so if we are to become the type of society that truly makes space for all who are here first and all who have chosen to make Turtle Island the place in which to make their future. My mother graduated 50 years ago from VCC in what would have then been the legal secretarial program, now part of VCC's applied business programming, taken at our downtown campus. Born in the Treaty 6 around the Pelican Lake First Nation, she was taken into care at birth in Saskatchewan in the 1940s. As a single expectant mother in the late 1960s, she left Saskatchewan to come to British Columbia for the safety of her adoptive parents, who were then in BC. I was born out here on the unceded lands of the Hulkaminam and Hunkaminam speaking peoples. After that, my mother found her way to VCC downtown campus, where she commenced her studies in 1970. Her time at VCC also corresponded with her rediscovery of her indigeneity, with organizations such as what were then known as the BC Association of Non-Status Indians, or BCANSI, building relationships and forming an urban Indigenous identity, including me on that journey in my early formative years. I like to think that the learning experience seated at VCC extends to our engagement of and our relationship with the communities of which VCC is a part. My mother's legacy from this experience is manifold, as she has continued to deepen her understanding of her indigeneity, and for all of you graduating today from a VCC program, her connection to the occupation she has held since graduating from VCC. She continues to practice as a legal conveyancer 50 years on, and which has played no small part in my own journey as a lawyer. Lifelong learning is a VCC truism, and I welcome you to embrace that truism. I would now like to take the opportunity to introduce Tsatsu Stakaya to our stage. Tsatsu Stakaya is a young group of Coast Salish people coming from across the coast and throughout the Fraser Valley. They have members in their group from Musqueam, Nanaimo, Cooper Island, Cowichan, Sartlip, just to name a few. They all come from different homes, but they all come from one creator, who is the creator of all good things. Which brings them all together to sing and dance as one. The only goal in this group is to reunite their people and show the world who they are and where they come from. Performing for the people brings happiness and joy to their hearts as they sing, dance, and pray for each and every one of us that are here today. Please welcome Tsatsu Stakaya. The translation is the Coastal Wolf Pack. Thank you to the Coastal Wolfpack for that performance. I raise my hands to you in gratitude. Next, wherever you're watching from, I would invite you to stand, if you are able, and join in the singing of the National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Now, let me say, congratulations to our graduates. We would like to welcome all of you who are joining us via Zoom today, as well as acknowledge all those who were unable to attend. Today, we are here to recognize your hard work and your dedication to learning. This is your time, and the future holds great promise for each of you. We are so pleased to be here today to celebrate your success. You should all be very proud of your achievements. Now, I am happy to announce that we have two greetings to our grads from Canada's Member of Parliament, Jenny Kwan, and then from the province of BC, the Honourable Ann Kang, Minister of Advanced Education, Skills, and Training.
Hi, my name is Jenny Kwan. I'm the Member of Parliament for Vancouver East. Congratulations to all the graduates for the class of 2021. You did it. I am so delighted to celebrate with you this important milestone in your life, and to know that the Vancouver Community College was there to support you in your education as you look for employment opportunities with enhanced skills to develop your career, whatever it is that the graduation ceremony, this moment is an important moment in all of your life. Graduates, you know that anything is possible. You know that when you go out to look for future opportunities, that you're not alone, that your classmates and other graduates are with you every single step of the way. Congratulations to every single one of you. And thank you so much to the family and friends who supported you every step of the way. And a big thank you as well to the team of professionals and the educators at VCC in providing all the support that you need to achieve this very moment. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hello everyone, I'm Ann Kang, and it's my privilege to be serving British Columbians as a new Minister of Advanced Education and Skills Training. I'm sending you greetings from the unceded territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and to be one of the first to be able to congratulate you on your graduation from Vancouver Community College, the largest and oldest community college in British Columbia. As graduates in culinary art, hair design, auto collision, heavy mechanical trades, and more, You are helping drive our provincial economy and are joining distinguished alumni with a legacy going back to more than 5 decades. We need your expertise to build our hospitals, schools, houses, roads, and our economy. I would like to reflect briefly about this past year and how incredibly touched I am at how, despite a significantly challenging year, you have all been extremely resilient, as Premier John Horgan says, to do our level best to make it through. COVID-19 has been devastating in so many ways, but there is a light at the end of a tunnel. Thank you for setting an example and supporting those in our communities who may be deeply affected by this pandemic. I realize that not being able to be part of a large celebration in person because of COVID-19 has been disappointing. But you have worked hard to reach this milestone in your life, and nothing, not even this pandemic, can take that away from you. And today is your day, a memorable moment that you will cherish forever. Your graduation means that you can take your personal life experiences, your education, your friendships, and your perseverance to make real, lasting change for your family and your community. I am eager to see how you will use your post-secondary education as a tool to make a difference in our province, because your vision matters. Use it and make things better. Your family and friends, your professors and instructors will view this virtual convocation and be as proud of you as I am. As a former elementary school teacher, lifelong learner, and a woman of color, empowering people through education is a value close to my heart. And that is why I am so happy to see the progress you've made this far, and I encourage you to keep going strong. May you use your innovation and experiential learning acquired at VCC to give back to your communities and help us build a better BC. Know that we're behind you every step of the way and wishing you every success. Thank you for your dedication and resilience in these challenging times. Congratulations once again, and good luck to each one of you.
I would now like to ask Joey Hartman, Chair of the VCC Board of Governors, joining us through Zoom to provide us with her greetings to this year's graduates.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the VCC Board of Governors, and I am joining you today from the traditional and unceded territories of the Tarsip people to celebrate your convocation. I do want to thank and acknowledge the people who have spoken before me already, but particularly to thank David Wells for having the courage to talk about genocide for Indigenous people, and to recognize that the journey of truth and reconciliation is a path that we are just beginning. I'm delighted that we have the following board members also joining with me today, and I'm just going to name them, and I believe that they're going to show up on your screen. The first is Elle Ting. Next is Karen Brook, followed by Sahil Arora. And Sahil is one of the elected student representatives on the board. The next is Ladan Saray. Ladan is also one of the elected students. And finally, Shobha Rajagopal. Thank you very much for your participation here today. As board members, we are stewards of Vancouver Community College, and our work as board members is there to support your success. And so it's very meaningful for us to each share in your achievements today. And these achievements are even more extraordinary considering all that you have been through in the past year and a half during the COVID pandemic. I commend all of you for the resilience and the dedication that you've shown to complete your education. Graduation is a special time. Please make sure that you take a moment to recognize and some pride to how far you have come. Your next step may be to pursue your chosen career, or maybe you are going to continue with further studies. Whatever you do, I have no doubt that the education that you have received here at Vancouver Community College has prepared you for success. And that is not to say that there will not be periods of uncertainty and difficult challenges. But now more than ever, it's important for you to be creative, agile, and able to solve problems. And those are qualities that I know have been part of your education here at VCC. It is a rapidly changing world, and we are excited to see you responding to the challenges and being the leading edge in your chosen fields. I know that you, as our graduates, are ready, eager, and willing to take on the challenge. And even though you are graduating from VCC today, you will always be part of the VCC community, our VCC alumni. So we do hope that you will keep in touch with us. Congratulations to all of you. And now I would like to welcome President Aj Patel, who will share some remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm speaking to you from the traditional and unceded territories of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people who have been stewards of our land since time immemorial. On behalf of Vancouver Community College's Board of Governors and our incredible community of faculty and staff, I welcome each and every one of you to our Spring 2021 Convocation ceremony. To the graduates, what you've accomplished this year is profound. Graduating today is a result of your hard work and commitment, as well as the family members, friends, mentors, loved ones, and employers who contributed to your success. Congratulations. We are all extremely proud of you. As we have heard acknowledged by Elder Dee and David, we all work, live, and study on the lands of Indigenous people. And it is important for us to reflect on what this really means. This past year has been a difficult chapter in our collective story, as we have witnessed consecutive events of injustice and violence around the world, driven by hate and ignorance. Only this morning, we all learned of yet another gravesite for victims of Canada's tragic Indian residential school system. 751 children who never returned to their Cowessess First Nations families. And right here in British Columbia, we saw the truth uncovered about the 215 Indigenous children of the Tecumlets and Tusqueam First Nations taken from their families to the Kamloops Residential School. Some of these children were as young as 3 years old, stolen from their families. Each of you today received an education that these children did not. So as you enter into the working world as VCC graduates, my first plea, my first challenge for each and every one of you is to use your education for good. You need to fight racism and discrimination. You need to stand up for just fairness and kindness. Our path to healing and reconciliation requires us all to commit to learning about our shared past, listening to the Indigenous truths, and working respectfully together for just, equitable, and an inclusive future. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a difficult chapter for us all, but the lesson I learned most deeply from this past year is what we teach and learn here at VCC. It helps build communities, it helps support cities, and it transforms lives. When our health authorities needed medical professionals to conduct COVID-19 tests or care for the sick in the ICUs, it was our VCC health science graduates that lined up to help. When the city needed to prepare meals for our downtown east side neighbors, it was our VCC culinary grads that were there to help. VCC grads, like each and every one of you, provided childcare. You kept delivery trucks running. You cut our hair. You kept us entertained, and you used technology to innovate and contributed in countless other ways to maintain the strength and well-being of our entire community. This is the VCC effect. Today is truly a day of celebration, and I encourage all of you to celebrate well, and of course, please celebrate safely. Today is also a day of reflection. Your cohort has experienced post-secondary education in a way that no one has before. You've experienced adversity, you've learned to adapt, And all of this has made you more resilient, wiser, and stronger. The next chapter is yours to write, and you are well equipped to do it. In this next chapter, I encourage you to take everything you have learned here and to continue the good work that our VCC grads have done before you. We need you to advance our healthcare system. We need you to pursue new and sustainable practice in business, in hospitality, and culinary fields. We need you to innovate the automotive, food, fashion, and beauty industries. We also need you to keep learning and keep growing because our world is changing faster than ever. At VCC, we promise to keep up with these changes and be ready when you need us next. So no matter where you go, what you do, please also remember to continue your own personal journey of reconciliation. Over the past year, we've heard this phrase often. We're all in this together. Today, I want to give those words a bit of a positive spin. We've learned together. We've accomplished together. Today, we get an opportunity to celebrate together. Grads, welcome to the proud family of the VCC alumni, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you for those good words, AJ. It is now my pleasure to introduce your valedictorian, Vanessa Anderson. Vanessa completed the Hospitality Management Diploma program and will move on to the degree program in September 2021. Prior to VCC, she received her Associate of Arts International Relations Diploma from Douglas College. Recently, Vanessa graciously received the Stephen Darling Hospitality Management Award and the Rotary Club of Vancouver Louis Rosenblum Award, Memorial Award as representation for her love and dedication to hospitality. Vanessa has worked a wide variety of eclectic jobs before breaking into the hospitality industry. She is currently working at Tapestry at Arbutus Walk, active aging community in the concierge and housekeeping departments, and is looking forward to expanding her role within the company.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you all for being here today, virtually and in person. Without the support of my family, peers, instructors, and hospitality department, I would not be standing here in front of you today. We have all endured an exceedingly tough year, and it is a testament to our strength and courage as a community that we can gather here today to celebrate the end of a chapter. Alan Turing once said, "Sometimes it is the people no one can imagine anything of, who do the things no one can imagine." My name is Vanessa Anderson, and I am no one special. I was raised in an average suburb in Vancouver, attended an average high school, and for the most part, lived a pretty average life. If you had told me 5 years ago I would be standing on a stage delivering a graduation speech, I would have laughed you out of the room. My epiphany to do something in the travel and hospitality industry came in an unexpected way on a very hot and busy day in 2018 while I was working as a cashier at a popular organic grocery chain. At this point in my life, I was struggling with self-confidence and direction, settling to work a string of minimum wage jobs I did not care about. To distract myself, I was daydreaming about an upcoming camping trip for the August-long weekend, only to discover the vacation quest I had submitted 3 months earlier has denied, and I would now have to work throughout the weekend instead. It was this simple act of a denied vacation request that changed the course of my life. Growing up, travel was my passion, ingrained into every fiber of my being. And in that moment, I made the decision to actually pursue my passion and start hospitality courses at VCC. Understanding failure could be an outcome, a very new concept for me. My self-confidence developed and grew at VCC, and trust me, if I can do this, then you absolutely can too. Something that the past couple of years has taught me is that we really have no idea what the future holds. I have learned to be open and accepting of uncertainty and to have the confidence in myself to do so. And it only took a global pandemic. Throughout our time in our respective programs, we have endured news headlines changing every 10 minutes, so many Zoom problems and devastating world events that would make it hard for anyone to focus on school under normal circumstances, let alone in an online environment. But through this, we came together. We were there for each other when it seemed as if the world was going to fall apart, and we figured out new innovative ways to communicate. Even if you didn't realize, the free version of Zoom has a time limit of 40 minutes and your final class project was abruptly ended. A personal story. As we move forward onto the next chapters of our lives, it is important to remember that it is only through this change and uncertainty we are able to break down the barriers holding us back and become the incredible people we are meant to be. Had I not made the decision to come to VCC, I would have never had the pleasure of meeting and connecting with the most wonderful, caring, and interesting people, both peers and faculty alike. I am so fortunate to have had this amazing experience and look forward what's to come. I'd like to close with a quote from the king of food and travel himself, the late Anthony Bourdain, who taught us all to be a little less afraid of places and people unknown. Perhaps wisdom is realizing how small I am and unwise and how far I have yet to go. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2021. We did it.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Vanessa. You sound pretty special to me. VCC graduates almost 3,000 students every year. Each and every one has an individual path and a unique story to share, just like Vanessa's. Success comes in many forms and presents itself very different ways. At VCC, we truly honor and celebrate the successes of our students and our graduates. Today, we are fortunate to have an alumnus with us to share his story. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Rick Hatswell. Rick Hatswell, president of Craftsman Collision. Many Vancouverites are familiar with the Craftsman brand, but you might be surprised to know that the business has expanded to 36, and probably more now, locations in BC and Alberta. While Craftsman started as a family business, Rick has taken it beyond that next level, all the while learning and growing while working hard. Rick has that tenacious and competitive side. He's competed at Dakar, a grueling multi-stage rally race. To augment his practical experience, Rick also did a master's in business through Queen's University. Let's take a look at this video.
My name is Rick Hatswell, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Craftsman Collision. Craftsman Collision as a company repairs collision damaged vehicles. So our primary business is insurance business for any car that's been in a collision, big or small, doesn't matter. We can fix anything, any make and model. So we have 36 stores across BC and Alberta, and more to come this year. I grew up in the business and started right on the bench with detail all the way through auto body into management. I moved into the head office about 8 years ago now. And the nice thing with this is the freedom that I have, so I can move around the province. I can work on the projects that we have going to increase efficiency in the buildings and with the staff and with our process. So it's never the same thing every day. It's always something new.
Rick embodies what it is a person needs to do to succeed in today's world. You can't succeed without getting the supporting education. You can't succeed without getting the experience. And you have to seek and pursue the opportunities that come your way. I would certainly endorse Rick for this award because he has clearly demonstrated that tenacity and dedication to being successful in a very quiet way. And that's the fun thing with Rick, is that you see this wonderful, gentle, fun-loving individual, but there's a tremendous discipline behind everything.
Probably the advice I would give any young student getting in right now would be to really put 100% into it. You need to be dedicated to the job, you need to be dedicated to what you're learning. You really need to know the theory behind all of it, and what the school teaches you is actually the theory behind why you're doing what you're doing. So in the end, we build efficiencies to save cost and also get the car back to the customer on time. So it's really interesting from the knowledge from back in the VCC days and how I can apply that today to actually look at efficiencies in the business.
What a wonderful story. I am now pleased to welcome Rick to the podium.
Thank you for that introduction. Since that video, we're actually up to about 42 locations, so that's great. Thank you. So to President Aj Patel, members of the Board of Governors, deans, faculty, and graduates, including your friends and family, I'm honored to be here today to congratulate you on behalf of the VCC alumni community and to welcome you into this exciting new leg of your journey. I'm Rick Hatswell, president now, in the video as COO, president of Craftsman Collision and holder of the Red Seal designation for automotive collision repair. I grew up in this industry and started working on cars at 8 years old. My family emigrated from Australia just before I was born, so unfortunately I didn't get the cool accent. Crikey! I started my Red Seal training after high school because, to be honest, I hated school. All I wanted to do was work with my hands and create amazing things. I restored my first car when I was 13 so that I could have my freedom when I was 16. It was a 72 MGB rust bucket. Since then, I've owned and repaired over 40 vehicles and still use my skills every weekend in my own garage, and I now have a 1973 MGB I'm working on. My hope for you is that you will do the same. Use the skills, knowledge, and tools that you've learned here every day to make the world around you a little better, both for you and those around you. Find the gold beneath the rust and make it shine in whatever capacity you have to do that. Maybe you can take flour and make it into an incredible cake, or turn an idea into a bridge that people can actually cross. Maybe you could make someone feel beautiful by giving them a new haircut, or make them feel powerful by teaching them the leadership skills that they need to run their business. Whatever skills you possess, unleash it with intention. After an 8-year career in the shops as a collision technician, I chose to move into the business and learn the management side. In 2012, I was able to go back to school and complete my Master's of Business, and that's helped me to be able to work in the Craftsman Collision and Family Business in my current role as president. This is true for so many VCC grads. This may not be your first certificate, diploma, or degree, and it may not be your last. Pivot has been the word of the year, I think, but it's not a new concept. Never be afraid of change. Be open to possibility, because you never know what is waiting for you if you're ready to accept it. So congratulations to the class of 2021. Welcome to the VCC alumni community.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Rick, and sharing us about your stories and your journey. I will now call on VCC President Aj Patel to certify the graduands.
I know.
It is with great pleasure that I hereby certify that the graduands joining us today and those in absentia have met the requirements for the credentials and awards to be presented this day as prescribed by the registrar. I ask that you, as President of Vancouver Community College, confer upon them their credentials.
To all of our graduands, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes of the province of British Columbia, and upon my recommendation and the recommendation of the Registrar of Vancouver Community College, I admit to you the credential to which you are entitled and invest you with all the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to that credential.
Thank you, AJ. Now is the time that everyone has been waiting for. This is a time for celebration, and although we are not together in person, I welcome you to celebrate from wherever you are joining us from. So I invite you to cheer on your fellow graduates and use the chat function in Zoom to congratulate your friends and classmates. One thing we ask, out of respect to your fellow graduates, is to remain watching and remain on the Zoom call as all of the names are read. Before I leave you for today, I would like to thank our Convocation team and the many volunteers who make this day possible. I would also like to thank and acknowledge Coastal Wolfpack for that wonderful performance earlier this afternoon. I would also like to thank our interpreters, Jamie Wilson and Julie Menzies. During the presentation of our graduating students, you will hear music performed by some of our students. So I would like to thank Aaron McKinney, Todd Stewart, Brendan Steele, Dean Edward Thiessen, Ardashir Purkaramati, and Brent Ma for their performance that you are about to enjoy. Finally, thank you to everyone who is joining us and watching this celebration in a different format than we are normally accustomed to for our Convocation. We will now ask deans from each school to present the names of this year's graduates. Please enjoy the rest of the ceremony. First off, I would like to pass this over to Joellen Zakur, Dean of the School of Health Sciences. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Joellen Zakur, and I am the Dean of the School of Health Sciences. We've now reached the point in the ceremony where we were presenting our Spring 2021 graduating students. I am very pleased to begin this presentation with graduates from the School of Health Sciences. First, we are presenting graduates from the Acute Care for Healthcare Assistants short certificates. Marie V. Cabrera. Shanti Ra Sage Levert. Man Yi Ho, graduating with a Certified Dental Assisting Certificate. Next are students graduating with a Dental Reception Coordinator Certificate. Kizaya Mile. Tina Nguyen. Kelsey Tressel. Marie Villion. And now students graduating with a Dental Technology Sciences diploma. Malik Elkarki. Annie Park. Next, we have graduates with a Healthcare Assistant certificate. Lee Aronson. Marianne Jolie Ogbiani. Matthew Danica. Ronan Rex Diason. Sian Sharon Lau. Ziyu Lee. Azel Jade Pabalano. Sashi Parekh. Ramisha Ragam Koralej. Hok Meng Tai. Kylan Bob Rose and Elnelvez. And now students graduating with a Health Unit Coordinator certificate. Maureen Bagtus. Brittany Balagot. Ingrid Falk. Navdeep Kaur. Rabia Kokar. Next, we have graduates from the Medical Laboratory Assistant Certificate Program. Kevin Hippolito. Nicole Labrado. Amber Lagsack. Flora Lai. Remy Marchand. Beatrice Portento. Amrita Singh. Diane Starzak. Estella Tien. Next are graduates who earned an Occupational Physical Therapy Assistant Diploma. Nikayla Coronel. Jeanne Del Rosario. Hannah Greenway. Kimberly Miguel. Next is a graduate with a Pharmacy Technician Certificate. Samantha Yao. And now students graduating with a Practical Nursing Diploma. Kathleen Amores. Dale Brownlee. Alicia Briere. Jan Nelmar Kabalatis. Diane Campbell. Ryan Evans. Sharshel Barospe. Taya Hara. Alisa He. Michelle Kafatandra. April Lee. Aaron Leung. Dayun Lim. Amanda McDonald. Janelle Martin. Michelle Mendez. Nita Parvin. Danusha Pereira. Zara Patilla. Matthew Punzelin. Emily Tien. Alina Sue. Jennifer Young. That concludes, I just want to congratulate all of you on graduating today. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the School of Health Sciences, and I'd like to invite Brett Griffiths, Dean of the School of Trades, Technology and Design, to present the next graduates.
Thank you, Joellen. It's my pleasure to present the graduates from the School of Trades, Technology and Design. First is the Automotive Service Technician Harmonized Foundation Program. Miguel Berenger. Joshua Buku. Johnson Guan. Ivan Tong. Next are the graduates who earned an Automotive Collision and Refinishing Diploma. Poria Dabiri. Job Wei Guan. Mohit Kumar. Subham Mohit. Simon On Nguyen. Inderpreet Singh Rai. Sukhpreet Singh. Kamil Singh. Zhugao Yang. Weishinan Shang. Next, we have the graduates with an Automotive Service Technician Harmonization Foundation Certificate. Simranjot Anand. Fayez Zobayat. And now students with the Automotive Service Technology Diploma. Manjot Singh Gill. Param Dhillon. Neerup Singh. Archan Thakur. And now students who graduated from the CAD and BIM Technician Diploma Program. Anacleto Baraber. Adam Gasparo. Rajveer Kaur. Manjot Sengeran. Brendan Tuzon Cabito. Next are students graduating with a cosmetologist diploma. Tanu Chopra. Jaswinder Kaur. Pav Kaur. Kanwardeep Kaur. And now graduates with an Aesthetics and Spa Therapy certificate. Regina Desai. Sukhmin Garsha. Shalu Zakaria. The following graduates earned a hairstylist certificate. Vishali Arora. Layla Ashjari. Gurpreet Kaur. Aman Brower. Chunwon Chan. Harpreet Perry. Jaspreet. Lena John. Jazz Kaur. Rupinder Kaur. Rajdeep Kaur. Jas Man. Sky Kong. Movarid Mahmoodi. Sneh Samson. Ruhi Sharma. Manisha Sharma. Shijay Shen. Harmanpreet Singh. Puiteng Yen. Yun, sorry. And now graduates from the Heavy Mechanical Technology Diploma. Jashan Bagnu. Jainam Libachia. Bomik Shah. Jaswinder Singh. Next is a graduate with the Transportation Trade Sampler Short Certificate. William Finlayson. That concludes the presentation of graduates for the School of Trades, Technology and Design. I now invite Adrian Lipset, Dean of Continuing Studies, to the stage.
Thank you, Dean Griffiths. I will begin by presenting graduates from the School of Arts and Sciences. First, earning a BC Adult Graduation Diploma, Ariel Taylor.
yeah, I still haven't finished, so yes, definitely
Next, with a
I will-
first-year university transfer computing science and software systems certificate, possibly the longest named certificate in the history of VCC, Injun Lee. And now, graduates who earned a music diploma. Joshua Brooks. Calvin Chung. Rose Morgan. Kanan Rendur. Truly Sean. And that concludes the graduates from the School of Arts and Sciences. Now I'm pleased to present the graduates from the Center of Continuing Studies. We begin with graduates from the Building Manager Residential Program. Leah Desilets. Louis Font Ching. Next are graduates from the Business Leadership and Management Program. Carolina Nunez Mancha. Anita Wong. And now, a graduate from the Community Counseling Skills Program. Samantha Chan. And now, a graduate from the Fashion Design and Production Program. Nadale Kingsley. Next, a graduate from the Leadership Program. Trina Propp. And now, graduates who earned a Medical Device Reprocessing Technician Certificate. Simran Baines. Evelyn de Guzman. Ranjit Dhaliwal. Shamshir Dillon. Sukhjinder Gill. Chardane Kelly. Megan Carroll. Louianne Sarah Legura. Sunmi Lee. Dolores Mama Radlow. Jagjit Nagy. Giselle Ann Gantala Pega. Emily Ramirez. Gurjinder Sidhu. Angeline Rose Villarma. Karen Varai. And now, a graduate from the Office Administration and Supervision Program. Susan Santos. Next, we have graduates from the Paralegal Litigation Program. Courtney Fix. Heather Owen. And next, earning a wedding and event management certificate, Bouquet Donnelly. A very hearty congratulations to all graduates. And that will conclude the presentation of graduates from the Center for Continuing Studies. I now invite Tanis Morgan, Associate Vice President, Academic Innovation, to the stage.
Thank you, Adrian. I'm now pleased to present graduates from the Division of Library, Teaching, and Learning Services. We will begin with graduates who earned a BC Provincial Instructor Diploma. Rina Elias. Sana Atef. Sushil Banger. Chantal Bedard. Mandy Bell. Emily Bulmer. Catherine Carpenter. Joyce Chang. Suikwi Chen. Catherine Choi. Carla Cowie. Red One Daisy. Chelsea Dudley. Audrey Eastham. Terry Forster. Tanya Fuller. Christy Ginger. John Ginter. Filippo Giovagnani. Todd Graham. Carrie Hudson. Jaspreet Kaur Hundal. Katsuhito Inoue. Thomas Jang. Jonathan Karmaznuk. Keith Ketchum. Angelo Kashaba. Suman Kumar. Zara Kurji. Sukhversha Luthra. Andrew McLeod. Carlos Morales. Nazila Najafi. Ileana Nielsen. Juana Neister. Michael O'Shaughnessy. Terry Lynn Penner. Megan Rumsby. Tanya Scantlebury. Brian Scott. Ralph Spolovitz. Jujing Sun. Marian Tabrizi. Suzanne Van Asselt. Esther Winder. Cheryl Wright. And earning an online e-learning certificate, Jeannie Kim. And that will conclude the graduates for the Division of Library, Teaching and Learning Services, and will also conclude the presentation of all our graduates for our Spring 2021 Convocation ceremony. On behalf of Vancouver Community College, I would once again like to congratulate all of our graduates. All of your hard work has brought you to this point, and you should all be very proud of what you have accomplished. Now is the time to celebrate your achievements and look to the future. Thank you all to our students who joined us via Zoom today, and thank you to all of the family, friends, guests, and VCC faculty and staff who have been watching the ceremony on our live stream. A recording of the ceremony will be made available on the Convocation section of the VCC website. We hope you enjoyed the ceremony. We wish you all the best for a very bright future. Thank you again for joining us in this celebration. Have a wonderful day.